Hello and welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, of course, Willow, coming back at you with a new video today. So if you're watching this when I post it, happy 4th of July. I don't necessarily celebrate this. I don't know about y'all, but happy 4th of July regardless. Woo, freedom. Yeah, but are we really free? That's a topic for another time. But today I want to talk about a zodiac placement that I really love and adore. This is Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury. How do you think? Who else has this placement? And what are some things you can expect as an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury? Now, I do want to say before I get into this, you can also apply this if you're not an Aquarius Sun, but you simply have your Mercury sign in Aquarius. This is going to apply to you too. Okay, so Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury. This is double the Aquarius energy, so you're gonna come across as really aqua to people. Even if you have a lot of water in your chart, even if you have a lot of earth in your chart, the way you think and the way you speak is going to come out to people because you're an Aquarius Mercury. Somebody who has this placement he's a celebrity. Who could it be? Well, he's more of an inventor, really. I'm using his invention right now to record. What is it? What is it? Steve Jobs, yes, who invented the iPhone. So Steve Jobs was revolutionary. He changed technology, which is really synchronistic. And it makes sense because Aquarius rules the 11th house. The 11th house rules networking, technology, and everyone coming together, as well as higher learning, large perspective, technology, inventions, right? So Steve Jobs, the reason why he was so successful, there's other people that have created phones, the Android. I just realized that I just started like an iPhone war. Like, you have an Android or iPhone, meh, whatever. But with Steve Jobs, the reason why he was so successful in leading his team and producing the iPhone was how he framed it, how he communicated. He didn't say, we're going to become the best company in the world and everyone's going to buy it all out and it all has to do with our numbers. No, he said, I believe we are creating a revolutionary technology that is going to change the world, and I believe in making this accessible for the public so they can be creative and they can live their life and change the way they see things and change the way they do things. This I believe. He made a lot of I believe statements, and then he showed through his actions that he was serious about it. He wouldn't let certain projects come through until they were perfect, really. And that's the mark of an inventor. That's the mark of somebody who is a trendsetter, who sees the world through different eyes, even when other people do not believe in him. So Steve Jobs, Aquarius Mercury, this is a genius placement. Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, double genius, eh? And as an Aquarius Mercury, how you think is going to be really different than how other people think. Even the Gemini Mercuries and the Libra Mercuries, because as an Aquarius, you are ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is routine, it's our day-to-day life, it's the grandfather of the planets. He is you gotta do your chores before you can go hang out with your friends type of deal, and it represents karma and lifelong lesson. Sorry, there's a mosquito. There it is again. Get out of here, man. Go. Uranus represents rebellion, changing the collective as a whole, tearing down the old that's no longer working so we can make room for what does work, and pushing us to evolve. It also represents things that are esoteric, aliens, lightning bolts, epiphanies, shock value, right? So with an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, your thinking is going to be, I like to think of it as Inception, a dream within a dream within a dream. As an Aquarius, you have a thought within a thought within a thought. This is why if you're an Aquarius Mercury, and especially Aquarius Mercury, Aquarius Sun, it is vital for you to spend time alone, because when you are alone, you are able to take away all the outside influences, take your emotions out of it, take other people's energy out, take all your blah, blah, blah responsibilities, worries, all this mess of thoughts out of the way, and have a clear canvas and sit down and say, what's really going on here? Is there a pattern? Has this happened in my life before? How did I get out of it? And think your way out of things. As an Aquarius sun, Aquarius Mercury, you do this a lot. And epiphanies come all the time for you, and they come out of nowhere, it feels like. And I'll give you guys an example. So I'm out here chilling in the park, living my life. I'm sitting down and I'm thinking about my daughter. For those that don't know, I do have a 2-year-old daughter. I enjoy my privacy though, so I don't really talk about it a lot. But I sat down, and in this space, since she's with her father right now, I thought, what is the type of parent that I wish I had as a child? What is the type of mother I wish I had as a child? Because I do remember when I was a teenager, when I was going through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma, I thought to myself, and I remember now, even though I'm 27, I forgot how old I was for a second. In this moment, I thought, I'm actually 26. Why did I say 27? It's like when you're in the moment and they're like, what's your name? You're like, what is my name? Huh? Somebody hot coming up to you. Who am I? Who are you? How old am I? That's how I felt for a second. But yeah, Aquarius, Mercury, go back to it. The thought. I thought of when I was a teenager and when I went through a really traumatic moment. And I remember thinking, wow, when I have kids, I'm never going to do this to them. I am never going to discipline, humiliate, or kind of control another person in this way. I will never do this. And when I do have a child, I want to do this, this, and that. So I was thinking back to when I was a teenager. I'm sitting down and writing down this list. Okay, what did I not get from my parents? What can I change and give to my daughter? So I'm sitting down, I'm writing my list, and I think it's going great. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give her, lots of hugs, lots of affection. I'm going to tell her I love her more. I'm going to tell her I'm proud of her. And then I started writing down, well, we can have sleepovers together, and ooh, wouldn't it be cool if we went skateboarding together, and wow, I'm gonna really encourage her as a writer, and we're gonna go to the museum all the time, and we're gonna go on adventures, and then while I was writing down these things one after another, I just started thinking, ooh, this is fun. Ooh, I want her to be my best friend. Ooh, we're gonna bake together. Ooh, we're gonna do this together. And I stopped for a second. I thought, oh shit, this is supposed to be about her, but I'm making it about me. Because maybe right in this moment, I'm feeling a little bit lonely. And because I'm feeling lonely, I want to have this togetherness with my daughter. And I'm using the excuse of, well, I love her so much, I want to give her this. Yeah, that is true. But also, I wanted to give myself something, some type of significance, some type of validation, some type of togetherness. Like, if nobody else in the world cares or loves, at least I have your love as a daughter. Give me your love. And that made me think, okay, well, maybe with my own parents, maybe there's a time in their life where they were really lonely, and maybe they didn't have someone for them, and maybe they didn't have a lot of friends, or maybe they didn't have anyone they felt they could relate to, and they wanted so badly to have this love that they pushed everything onto me that I didn't want, and they didn't give me enough space, and they didn't give me enough privacy, and they were pushing on their religion, and they were pushing on their favorite interests that I didn't have any interest in. Listening to gospel music, I didn't have any interest in talking about Bible verses for hours. I didn't have any interest in going outside and organizing the whole house and watching a cowboy movie. No, I wanted to dance. I wanted to act. I wanted to write. I wanted so badly to be a writer and somebody to say, hey, this is good. This is really good. I see potential here. You're already a writer. You're the best, and nurture that so I could produce my book, but I didn't get that. Anyway, so when I was writing out these things, I noticed my flaw, and then I said, oh, well, let me, these things are fine and good to write with her, but let me say after this line, I want to give her space. I want to give her privacy. I want to give her freedom. right there. So as an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, you have these epiphanies all the time. You have these light bulb moments. And when you have that light bulb moment, that aha moment, that electricity, where you're like, whoosh, oh, because the whole time I was writing it down. This is good. I'm being a good parent. Yeah. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm making this all about me, and I felt like someone else was making it all about them. And what if my daughter has different interests? What if she doesn't want to be a writer? What if she wants to be a singer? What if she wants to be a scientist? What if she wants to be a nurse? I have to also nurture that and love that and allow her. And another thing I wrote too was be comfortable with the thought of her not wanting to speak to me at all, not having to push this on her. You have to say good morning to me. It has to be about me. You need to speak to me every day when you're done with school. No, because I didn't like that as a teenager or a child. Sometimes I had a bad day and I just wanted to chill. Sometimes I just didn't want to talk to anyone as an Aquarius Mercury, Aquarius Sun. You guys get this if you're an Aquarius. And I just want to go in my room and read books and be in my thoughts and not have anyone interrupt my thoughts, so I could get to that epiphany moment, or I could figure out what's going on and get in there. So I wrote down, I have to be okay with her she does not owe speaking to me. She can walk past me and do her things. And I should actually encourage this space, encourage this respect of her doing her own thing and not being offended by it. Because I feel like we get a lot in our ego. Yeah, so that was the story. I'm sorry, I know I kind of went like really deep into it, but as an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, you have these epiphanies, and they can only come when that's not fair. They can come at any time, but they come quicker when you're doing your own thing, living your own life, out alone, and you're with your thoughts, and you're kind of in that dreamlike state, when you're washing dishes and you're in that flow, or you're cleaning the house, you're in that flow, you're sitting in the park, you're laying down, you're taking in the air, you're looking at the sky, you are in flow state. So when you're in flow state as an Aquarius Sun Mercury, it's when the best ideas come to you, that's when the best epiphanies come to you, that's when the solutions come. And as an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, I used to think it was through overthinking and through force. And I believe there's a book, Power versus Force, versus Force, that explains this better than I could, at least in this moment. And you should look into that. So instead of trying to overthink and force something, more so go introspective. Spend some time in solitude, spend some time in that flow. May that be in your creativity, may that be chilling outside in nature, maybe chilling in your room, maybe sitting on the couch, maybe whatever. But I do find this works best as Aquarius Sun Mercury if we're not around anyone. If we're not around a friend, we're not around a family. And this is not to say that you don't care about people. We care very deeply, and I know you guys know this. We care so deeply about our loved ones and our friends. Friendship is everything for an Aquarius Sun Mercury. We rule friendship. We rule networking. So we have a lot of cool buddies everywhere in the world, but we need time to be great. We can't give from an empty cup. So we have to go refill our cup. We have to go rethink our ideas, go rethink our perspective, look at all our belief systems and say, okay, do I still resonate with these belief systems? Do I need to throw one out? Do I need to toss one out? Or is this something that I believe until the day I die? Where's the evidence? Is there something new? Is there a different approach, right? Let's think. What else? Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury. You guys are weird. You guys are really weird. But I love it. And you may find as an Aquarius Sun Mercury, or just I'm just going to say Aquarius Mercury from this point. If you have an Aquarius Mercury, you really vibe with people that are strange, weird, different outcasts. Because in this space of people being really weird, strange, you find comfort in this. You find comfort in people being really weird and strange, because for most of your life you hid this part of yourself. You attempted to blend in, and you did a good job about it because you're intelligent, you're an air sign, you research everything to blend in. And then at a point you decided, I'm going to be myself, I'm going to be strange, I'm going to be weird. So it attracts to you what you are. And also you encounter a lot of people, but you hone in on the energy of someone being weird, someone being strange, someone thinking or saying something that you've never heard before, or maybe they say something that you've said too, and they look at the world through an entire different perspective, and they live their life an entire different way. You really like that as Aquarius, where you're like, ooh, I fuck with y'all. Because Aquarius, Sun, Mercury, and it allows us to be free flowing. And you'll get to a point when you have your Aquarius, Mercury, where you're yourself anyway, anywhere, with anyone, and you don't care, and you're strange and weird. But you can do it faster when someone else is doing it first. When someone else is being weird and different, and they're spitballing ideas like, yeah, I think aliens are a thing, and I think our higher self is actually our future self, and I believe in time travel, and I believe that everything in society is a sham, it's an illusion, time is an illusion, some birds aren't real, there's a lot of secrets being held, we hold the power within, we can time travel, that type of stuff. Oh, a little buzzer goes off in our head, little antennas, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, and we're like, ooh, I like this, I like that. You get really excited. Not a lot of things can excite an Aquarius Mercury. Most of the time we are zoning out. Most of the time we may be talking to your face as a friend, but if it's not a subject that we're interested in, we zone out. But yeah, as an Aquarius Mercury, you're going to attract a lot of different weird people, or really kind of hang out with them. That's your crew. You really, you like that. As an Aquarius Mercury, sometimes you feel like you're not talking enough, or you're talking too much. And it's a duality I've had to learn through my life, where I feel like, oh man, I said too much, I overshared, or I didn't word that the way it sounded in my head. And we're too hard on ourselves. And then also it could be we don't talk at all because we're like, I have no interest in this subject, first, or two, I don't know that much about this subject, and I don't want people to label me as unintelligent, because not really anything can hurt an Aquarius feelings, because we're so comfortable in being independent in our solitude. But when someone insults our intelligence, it really does get under our skin, unless it's just kind of like a flippant insult that's not worded very well, then we kind of dismiss it easily. Yeah, so when someone insults our intelligence, that bothers us, right? And we're quiet sometimes because we feel like we won't be accepted with our opinions. Our opinions are so different, so polarized. Something that's never been done before, something that's never been said before, living your life a completely different way, living your life very futuristic. Do you know, if as you're an Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury, that you are probably going to be the one to change things? And they say, just like Pisces is the spiritual one and is spiritually advanced, Aquarius is futuristically advanced. So do understand, not a lot of people are going to understand you. And that's not to say your ideas aren't great. Your ideas are wonderful. Your ideas are worthy. Your ideas are spectacular. Your ideas will make a difference, and your ideas will change the world. No cap, this is true. And as an Aquarius Mercury, you live in the future. You're futuristic. You start something. You're an inventor. So you're going to have a lot of people not agree. You're going to have a lot of backlash. You're going to have a lot of people say, that's crazy. That's insane. It's never going to work. But it is. And you're going to be the first one. I promise you this. I promise you that. I actually did a video with the author, the Book of Secrets, Chopra. I don't know how to say his last name. He's Indian. I was explaining how amazing this book was, how it changed my life. I shit you not, guys. Today, I saw Stargirl the Practical Witch. I'm fangirling over her, my favorite tarot reader. And she talked about how beautiful this book was as well. Maybe not that specific book, but that author. And it's because we live in the future. We're the trendsetters, and it looks weird when we do it because no one else is doing it, and then people catch up. So do know that you're beautiful, you're wonderful, your ideas are going to change the world, and just roll with it. So thank you so much, guys. I know this video got a little bit long, but I hope you enjoy it on my take, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Mercury. Let me know if you want a part 2. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. As always, I'm open for birth chart readings, coaching, and tarot readings. Yes. Okay, bye.